Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that's both newsworthy and a little weird. And judging by what's circulating online, a lot of people are talking about it. So here's the story. After the United States men's hockey team beat Canada to win the Olympic gold medal at the Winter Games, something unusual happened on social media. Not from the team, not from sports analysts, but from the US president himself. Let's break down exactly what happened in a clear, step-by-step way. First of all, remember the game. Team USA beat Canada 2-1 in a dramatic overtime finish in the men's hockey gold medal game at the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan and Cortina, Italy. It was the United States' first Olympic men's hockey gold since the historic 1980 Miracle on Ice, and it became a massive story in its own right. That win was a big deal for hockey fans everywhere, and rightfully so. But the part we're focusing on today isn't the game itself. It's what happened after, on social media, and how it became a news story of its own. According to multiple news outlets, President Donald Trump posted an AI-generated video on his Truth Social account in the hours after the game. That video showed a digitally generated version of Trump himself skating on the ice alongside Team USA hockey players, checking Canadian opponents, dropping his gloves, throwing a few punches, and even scoring the winning goal. Yes, it's exactly as it sounds. Now, before we go further, let me be clear. This was not an official sports highlight reel, and it wasn't created or shared by any of the Olympic teams or the Olympic Committee. This was an AI-generated clip made after the fact, and it was shared by an elected world leader. The video didn't come with any real explanation on the post, just the clip itself, with no caption other than the social media platform's default. And immediately after it was shared, people's reactions started pouring in from all sides. There were a few things that stood out in the public response. Some people mocked the video itself, pointing out that it looked glitchy or low budget, with awkward visuals or moments that didn't quite make sense. Critics said the idea of depicting a sitting president physically fighting athletes, even in AI form, was childish or inappropriate. Supporters brushed it off as playful trolling, a way of celebrating the win with humor. On top of that, the White House also posted other celebratory content about the hockey victories, including a symbolic image comparing U.S. and Canadian national animals, the bald eagle and the Canada goose, which also sparked comments online. Across the internet, news outlets described the reaction as a mix of ridicule, criticism, and amusement, with international commentators saying it was unusual for a head of state to share that kind of AI clip after a sporting event. Now, if you're wondering why this is even newsworthy, that's exactly what we're unpacking in this video series. Because whether you're a hockey fan, a political observer, or just someone curious about how AI and politics intersect, this moment sits at the crossroads of sports, national pride, media, and modern technology. And just to be extra clear, I'm not here to pick sides on the political questions. What we're doing is reporting what credible news sources have documented and explaining it in a way that makes sense if you're sitting in front of the camera and talking to your audience. So let's summarize this part. Team USA won Olympic gold in men's hockey, beating Canada 2-1 in overtime. Shortly after, the US president shared an AI-generated video showing himself as part of that win. The video wasn't official and wasn't part of the Olympic broadcast. It was a social media post. The response online was mixed, ranging from mockery to criticism to some support. That's where our story begins. So now the real question is not just, did he post it? Because yes, verified news outlets confirmed that he did. But the bigger question is, why does this matter beyond just a viral social media moment? Because at first glance, this looks like a simple sports celebration, maybe even a joke. The United States beats Canada in Olympic hockey, a fierce rivalry that goes back decades. Emotions are high, national pride is high, and a president posts something flashy online. But when major news organizations started covering it, it stopped being just a meme and became a media moment. And here's why. First, this is part of a larger pattern we're seeing globally. Leaders using AI-generated content in political communication. Not press releases, not official speeches, AI visuals, and that changes the tone of leadership messaging. Traditionally, after a big sporting victory, presidents congratulate the team. A statement, maybe a photo, maybe a White House visit later. But inserting yourself digitally into the win, that's new territory. And news analysts pointed out that whether people found it funny or inappropriate, it shows how political messaging is adapting to internet culture. Social media rewards spectacle. It rewards shareable content. It rewards emotion. And this video checked all three boxes. Second, the US-Canada relationship adds another layer. Hockey is not just a sport in Canada. It's cultural identity. So when the US wins, it's already sensitive territory. When a president posts an AI video mock celebrating that win by physically dominating Canadian players in a stylized fight scene, even digitally, it can be interpreted differently depending on who's watching. Some Canadian commentators reportedly treated it as harmless rivalry. Others questioned whether it was necessary coming from a head of state. But importantly, and this matters for your channel, there were no official diplomatic consequences reported. No formal protest. No official crisis. So this remains in the space of online symbolism, not international conflict. Third, there's the AI angle itself. News outlets emphasize that the video was clearly artificial. It was stylized. It wasn't trying to fool viewers into thinking it was real footage. That distinction is important, especially when we talk about misinformation policies. There was no attempt to present fake footage as authentic Olympic coverage. It was clearly a digitally created clip, and that likely prevented it from crossing into disinformation territory. But analysts are asking a broader question. As AI tools become easier to use, will political figures increasingly create personalized, reality-blending content for messaging? Today it's hockey. Tomorrow it could be campaign visuals. The technology lowers the barrier to spectacle. And spectacle travels faster than traditional news. Now let's talk about reaction patterns, because this is where the internet really shows itself. Supporters framed it as humor. Critics framed it as unserious. Neutral observers framed it as strategic, saying it keeps attention on the president during a major global event. And that may be the most interesting takeaway. In the modern media environment, attention is currency. A hockey win is sports news. But a president posting an AI fight scene, that becomes political news, tech news, and international commentary all at once. That multiplies coverage. That extends the news cycle. Whether intentional or not, it worked. People are talking about it. And here's a small fun observation. If you think about it, we've gone from leaders riding horses into battle paintings centuries ago to leaders digitally skating into overtime hockey games. Different century, same ego energy, just better graphics. But jokes aside, this moment reflects something serious about our time. Politics now lives inside the attention economy, and social media is the arena. So to summarize the key points clearly, this was a real AI-generated video posted by the US president after a major Olympic hockey victory. The reaction was mixed, but stayed mostly online. No diplomatic escalation occurred, and analysts are viewing it as an example of how AI and political communication are merging in the modern era. That's the story, not a scandal, not a diplomatic crisis, but a snapshot of how leadership messaging is evolving in the age of artificial intelligence and viral media. And the bigger conversation may not be about hockey at all. It may be about how reality, politics, and technology are blending faster than ever before.